Hello everyone, this is رومینام and welcome to my YouTube channel. سلام به همگی، من رومینام و به کانال یوتیوب من خوش اومدید. قراره یه سریز جدید شروع بکنیم. Oxford Word Skills Upper Intermediate Advanced Vocabulary. And this is part 1. So, using words and phrases figuratively. قبل از شروع هر چیزی, before we start anything, I need to tell you the difference between figurative speech and literal speech. خب ما دو نوع speech داریم. figurative speech و literal speech. Okay? Literal speech یعنی که the literal meaning of the word. یعنی چی؟ وقتی که ما یک کلمه داریم مثل book. Okay, book as a noun means something that you read. Okay, یعنی کتاب. But book as a verb actually means something else. It means to reserve. Okay, so you book a flight, you book a hotel. Okay, دومین معنی همون معنی figurative speech ماست. یعنی در واقع معنی تحت لفظی کلمه که همون literal speech نیست. معنی تحت لفظی کلمه همون میشد کتاب. ولی figurative speech یعنی to book، یعنی to reserve، یعنی که رزرو کردن پرواز، رزرو کردن هتل. Okay, so that's the difference between figurative speech and literal speech. Let me just get rid of all these and we can carry on. Okay, so as I crawled along the motorway, I was having second thoughts about staying with Marcus. I had been in two minds about going in the first place, but it was sweet of him to invite me and I wasn't tied up, so I said yes. But now it struck me that perhaps he wanted to go out with me. How could I be so thick? Marcus was very nice, but a romantic relationship was the last thing on my mind. How can I get out of this? I wondered. Just then, the traffic suddenly started to speed up and something went into the back of me. I pulled my mobile out of my bag. Is that you, Marcus? Listen, you're not gonna believe this, but... And the story carries on. So, the first phrase that we see as I crawled along the motorway. So, to crawl, has a literal meaning that is the act of walking on one's hands and knees. یعنی که چهار دست و پا را رفتن. When a baby is born, they crawl, they walk on their hands and knees. Okay, that's how they learn to walk. That is the literal meaning of crawl, but we have another meaning that is the figurative meaning that is to move very slowly. And usually using a vehicle. Okay, so when we are using the word to crawl, we are actually meaning, using a vehicle. To move very slowly. As I crawled along the motorway, یعنی که مثلا توی ترافیک بودم و آروم داشتم حرکت میکردم. I was having second thoughts about staying with Marcus. To have second thoughts about something. Okay, to have second thoughts about something means to start having doubts about a decision you have made. Having second thoughts معنی تحت لفظیش یعنی که افکار دوم داشتن، ولی خب این که اینجا معنی نمیده، پس figurative meaning میشه که to have doubts about the decision you have made. To not be sure about the decision you made یعنی که شک dاشته باشی یا به خودت اطمینان نداشته باشی و مثلا دوباره داری در موردش فکر میکنی. Okay, I had been in two minds about going in the first place. To be in two minds about something. Again, the literal meaning, two minds. یعنی که دو تا ذهن داشته باشم. But that's not what we're looking for. To be unable to decide what to do about something. That's the figurative meaning. یعنی که دو دل بودن. It was sweet of him to invite me. sweet of somebody یعنی که از مهربونیش بود. اوکی sweet یعنی معنی شیرین، ولی sweet of somebody figurative meaning میشه که kind of somebody. That was kind of you to invite me. That was sweet of you to invite me. When someone does something nice for you, it was exceptionally kind of them. Okay, so that's, self-explanatory. Should I write that down for you? Self-explanatory. Okay, یعنی که خودش رو توضیح میده. Okay. Next one. I wasn't tied up, so I said yes. To be tied up, literal meaning is to, when your hands are tied up, your legs are tied up, your mouth is, tied up. دست و پاک بسته شده. ولی that's not what we're looking for. To be busy or unable to do other things. To be tied up. وقتی که دستت بنده. Okay. The next one. Strike somebody. Okay, just let me find that first. Okay, but now it struck me that perhaps he wanted to go out with me. Strike somebody. Strike alone means to hit. But that's not what we're looking for, okay? When a thought or an idea suddenly comes into somebody's mind, that is when something strikes you, okay? وقتی که یه چیزی یهو به ذهنت خطور میکنه, it struck me that perhaps he wanted to go out with me. یعنی یهو به ذهنم رسید که نکنه میخواد با من بره بیرون که مثلا منو دعوت کرده. Okay, how could I be so thick? To be thick. Okay, we know thick literally is the opposite of to be thin. But that is only literal. Literally speaking. Okay, but that's not what we're looking for. To be thick means to be stupid. Okay, to be thick-headed means to be stupid. So, how could I be so thick? How could I be so stupid? On and on. Marcus was very nice, but the romantic relationship was the last thing on my mind. Be the last thing on somebody's mind. یعنی که آخرین چیزی که توی ذهن یه نفره. It means be the thing that somebody is the least likely to be thinking about. Okay, again, self-explanatory. We go on. Okay, how can I get out of this? To get out of something, literal meaning means از چیزی در اومدن, okay? But figurative meaning is to avoid doing something. How can I get out of this? How can I avoid this? So, the next one. The traffic suddenly started to speed up and something went into the back of me and یه چیزی بهم برخورد کرد. I pulled my mobile out of my bag. Is that you, Marcus? Listen, you are not gonna believe this. But, and the story goes on. You're not gonna believe this. یعنی که تو قرار نیست اینو باور کنی. Gonna, you all I'm sure know that is the abbreviation form of going to. Okay. You're not gonna believe this is usually used to introduce surprising and often unwelcome news. So, that is the phrases. Next, we're gonna do some exercises. I'm gonna give you some time to think about them. We have the words written in here. And here I need you to do these two exercises. I'm gonna give you some time and
one eternity later.
Alright, time's up. Hope you've already answered all the questions because we are about to answer them together. First exercise, complete the dialogues with a word or phrase. Number 1, do you still want to go? Actually, I'm having, you guessed it, second thoughts. Number 2, are you thinking of getting married? No, that is the last thing on my mind. Number 3, do you want to go to the wedding? Not really, but I can't. Blah, 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 blah. It. That's right. Get out of it. Number 4, you're not gonna blah, 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 blah. But you've lost my keys again. How could you? So you can see they are giving him bad news, or okay, that is an unwelcome news. And unwelcome news was expressed with, you are not gonna believe this. All right, number 5. Did he invite all of you? Yes, it was very, what of him? He's a lovely man. It was very sweet of him. Number 6. Are you going or not? I'm still in, what about it? Actually, I'm still in 2 minds about it. Number 7. Do you think she looked like her sister? Yes, I was, what? By how similar they are. I was struck by how similar they are. Number 8. Could we talk about it this morning? I'm afraid I'm, what this morning? I'm afraid I'm, that's a tricky one, tied up this morning. All right, number 9. Why are you so late? Half the road was closed. We were blah, blah, blah along for ages. We were what? We were half the road. They were in traffic. They were using a vehicle. They were crawling along for ages. Number 10. He may not have understood the instruction. Yes, he's a bit what? He's a bit thick. He's a bit stupid. He's a bit slow. He's a bit thick. All right, the next exercise. Complete the sentences using words from above with their more usual literal meanings. That is exactly the opposite of our previous exercise. All right, we are going to use the literal meanings. So, number 1. Layla is only 8 months. So she's still what? Across the living room floor. She's still crawling across the living room floor. Number 2. It's a very, what book? Almost 100 pages. It's a very thick book. All right, opposite of thin, kolof, nazuk. Okay. Number 3. These oranges are lovely. They're very, that's a given. It's easy. They are very sweet. All right, number 4. The men were what? With both hands behind their backs. The men were tied up with both hands behind their backs. Okay, you get it? All right. Number 5. I saw him, what? The dog with a large stick. I was really angry. I saw him, which one? Striking the dog with a large stick. I was really angry. Number 6. The policeman stopped me and asked me to, what? The car. Okay, the policeman stopped and asked me to get out of the car. That's easy. All right. Number 7. I have just had a, what? Carrie. Do you think we could hire a car for the weekend? I've just had a thought. یه فکری به ذهنم رسید. All right, number 8. I think his what was disturbed when he had that accident. I think his, which one? Mind was disturbed when he had that accident. Alright, that's it for, part 1. I hope you've learned. I hope you enjoyed watching. مرسی از اینکه تماشا کردین. Please make sure to subscribe to my channel. یادتون نره که دکمه سابسکرایب رو بزنید. من سعی میکنم که هفته یه دونه پست از همین مجموعه که شروع کردیم Oxford Word Skills برای Upper Intermediate و Advanced Vocabulary سعی میکنم که حتما هفته یه اپیزود براتون بذارم و اینکه make sure to subscribe so you won't miss out on the rest of the episodes. Alright, thanks for watching and bye.